In the ring of life, we often find ourselves grappling with troubled beginnings. Like a boxer, facing relentless opponents, we encounter challenges, hardships, and adversities that can either define us or diminish our spirits.
My dad used to tell my mom I was going to be a world champion.
I wanted him to be a man, don't be afraid of nobody.
But it is in these very struggles that the seeds of greatness are sown.
He is like the great musicians, like a Jimi Hendrix that would play the guitar upside down and just create sounds as he played.
Terence Crawford just figures people out. He puts all the data into that computer and then starts finding your weaknesses, and then he gets nasty with you. I mean, one of the things I like about him is how mean he is.
This is the story of Terence Bud Crawford, a man whose boxing heritage and unyielding discipline propelled him to the brink of becoming an undisputed champion.
It's the intellect, the technique.
Born in Omaha, Nebraska, the birthplace to iconic legends such as Malcolm X,
They needed to discuss the problem, but
Marlon Brando,
I don't like the way you're looking at me, Ellie.
and Fred Astaire, Crawford's era brought a new set of challenges. Gangs held sway, and innocence was a luxury few could afford. Children grew up amidst the constant backdrop of danger, witnessing firsthand the consequences of gang warfare. Terence was immersed in this unforgiving environment, surrounded by the allure of street life that beckoned him with its false promises.
Don't none of y'all want to be here for the rest of y'all lives?
But amidst the chaos, Terence had something more to offer. Boxing ran in his blood, passed down from his father to his grandfather.
Told his mama we got $1 million baby.
It was through this legacy that Terence found discipline, purpose, and a way out of a neighborhood plagued by gangs and violence, with his intentions set on rising above the chaos and carving a path to greatness. From an early age, Terence immersed himself in the sport of boxing. Guided by his father's teachings and his grandfather's wisdom, he honed his skills, preparing for a future that would defy the odds.
I found him out my back door. He was one of the little kids that was running up and down the alley. So I wanted to talk to him about boxing. Uncle boxed for me, your dad boxed for me, and I know your grandpa very well. I don't talk to people. And so he just ran right past me and ran on in the house, So I just walked right past my yard and walked into their house, and knocked on the door. The first time he got hit, he started crying, and then he went ballistic on the guy in the ring, and he showed a lot of heart, and he didn't stop. We had to say, hey, this is boxing. This is not for real. So we had to slow him down, but we knew he had heart. That's how it started.
Go to my house and watch fight films.
Look at him. He listening to Rocky.
I used to know everything about the movies. Hey. And I used to just always work on my hook, like Mr. T. He hitting him with the hook. So in a fight, I go southpaw, and I used to catch him every single time with that hook. Like, they'd come in, mop.
I changed him around his directions and things, and he pretty much would listen to me, so I didn't have too much problems with it. And then really after he started growing up and got a little older, he was really listening to me.
Midge would come to my house after I get out of school and take me to his house to the gym because he didn't want me in trouble. He was more than a mentor. He was like my dad.
Crawford vividly recalls the turbulent atmosphere that filled his childhood home on Narramore Street in North Omaha. His parents' constant arguing and their inclination to drink created a volatile environment.
I love you.
She ate that word. She said love is pain.
I grew up not liking the word. Why? I don't know. I never liked nobody to kiss me growing up as a kid, and it just grew with me as I got older.
Her support was in a different type of way, It was in a negative way, but when I got older, I noticed that it was her negative way that pushed me to be great.
Terence's path to becoming undisputed was no easy feat. Countless hours of grueling training, sacrifices, and overcoming setbacks pushed him to the brink. But he remained unyielding.
But this ain't gonna do nothing but make me stronger. I'll be back.
Breaking news here in Omaha. Police are investigating a shooting.
Just a couple stories about Terence quickly. When he was a young fighter fighting on ESPN, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It was in a fateful turn of events that Terence Crawford found himself on the edge of a life-altering encounter after returning home from a dice game.
Man, that day was just a messed up day from the jump. I got into it with my mom, always arguing. I just thought I'd go out, make some money, shooting dice. About to leave in my car. Next thing you know.
Terence felt a sharp impact. Mistaking it for an innocuous rock, a bullet had pierced his neck, leaving him bleeding profusely.
Got shot in the head, drove himself to the hospital.
Terence remained composed. Ignoring his friend's offers to drive, Crawford took control of the wheel and raced to the nearest hospital. Upon arrival at the hospital, Crawford's braids were swiftly cut to allow the doctor easy access to his wound, and it was after a 5-hour stay he was discharged as the bullet's velocity had been stopped by the car's rear windshield, saving his life.
That was just a wake-up call. I talked to my family and everybody was just like, you blessed. I just took heed in what they were all telling me, and now it's time for me to grow up and change.
And Terence, although a man of a few words at the media workout, get a few from you about Saturday.
In the face of mortality, Crawford's unwavering determination came into sharp focus.
That's my responsibility, is to be there as their father.
Finally, the moment of truth arrived on March the 1st, 2014, as Crawford stepped into the ring to face Ricky Burns, the reigning WBO lightweight world champion. Crawford displayed excellent footwork, speed, and accuracy in his punches. He effectively utilized his jab to keep Burns at bay and set up his combinations.
And the new...
Yep, there it is, Terence Crawford.
Winning the fight via unanimous decision, declaring Terence Bud Crawford the new WBO lightweight world champion. It was now time to build his legacy. Crawford fights Gamboa on June 28, 2014. He displays excellent counter-punching skills and eventually overwhelms Gamboa with his power. Wins the fight by technical knockout in the 9th round. Crawford faces Postal on July 23, 2016. In a unification bout for the WBC and WBO super lightweight titles, Crawford wins the fight by unanimous decision after a dominant performance, outboxing and outmaneuvering Postal throughout the match. On August 19, 2017, Crawford fought in Ndongo to unify all 4 major world titles in the super lightweight division. Crawford emerged victorious by knocking Ndongo out in the 3rd round with a devastating body shot, becoming the undisputed champion. Crawford faced Jeff Horn on June 19, 2018 for the WBO welterweight title. Crawford dominates the fight and eventually forces the referee to stop the contest in the 9th round, winning by technical knockout and capturing the title. It was with the goal of becoming the lineal champion at 147 that Crawford took on Amir Khan on April 20th, 2019 for the WBO welterweight title. Khan, a fan-favorite PPV draw based out of England, this was an opportunity for Crawford, if victorious, to expand his fan base and become a PPV draw. The fight ended in the 6th round. One shot landed below the belt, causing Khan to grimace in pain, and Khan's corner prompted the fight to be stopped. Crawford was awarded the victory by technical knockout. Crawford faced Brook on November 14, 2020 in a welterweight title bout. Crawford showcased his skill and precision, eventually stopping Brook in the 4th round with a short counter jab that ended the fight. On July 22, 2021, Terence Crawford defended his welterweight title against Sean Porter, the number 2 ranked WBO welterweight contender. The bout proved to be a competitive one in the initial rounds, with Porter showing determination and resilience. However, as the fight progressed, Crawford's strategic prowess came into play, skillfully setting traps for Porter, ultimately leading to Crawford in succession sending Porter to the canvas, securing a victory and retaining his welterweight title.
I'm gonna break his will. I'm gonna break his mental, his physical. He gonna be broken.
In witnessing Crawford's rise, we find inspiration to confront our own adversities, to heal through love and forgiveness. However, at the brink of greatness, Terence Crawford faces a defining moment, confronting another undefeated champion to claim the coveted title of undisputed welterweight champion. And it's going to be one hell of a fight.
Yeah, that's what you mean. I'm not fat. Fat. I'm not fat. That's fat. Yeah. Grab it again, son. Grab it